So I'm out this morning in the Sperrins and I'm checking out a new campsite. Didn't really know whether I'd go or not. It gave the snow to be heavy and all day, but I chanced it anyway, and we got to the car park. Here we are, beautiful river, so just follow this along a bit. Absolutely lovely, the forest. As you can see, my video making technique and equipment has went up tremendously in quality. Look at this, I have a selfie stick. So it gives this should have been an extreme weather event. I don't think it's going to be just as bad as what it said. I'm out anyway. I've got my Ridgeline monsoon jacket on, which is a great bit of kit. Had it out a few months ago. Never really got it. I've had it 3 years. Never got a good soaking in it to see if it was any good. It was out in a couple of months ago, a 2-hour torrential rain event, and it went great. So highly recommend Ridgeline monsoon. I've also got my British Army Gore-Tex trousers on. They didn't get just as good a soaking, but I think they're a good job as well. And very cheap. Well, as I said, Sperrin Mountains. This is a managed forest here, so the view behind me, though beautiful in one way, looks like a World War I battlefield. Really beautiful in the snow. What about this for a campsite? Little stream here. That's a bit brown, but Sawyer should take care of it if there's any nasties in it. Level space here. A couple of big trees to put a tarp up between. This is where we're going to sleep tonight. Amazing. Love it. In a winter camp, there's really nothing. Even a wee flame like that is brilliant. And after I finish taking this video, it'll not be too long till I'm warming my hands at it. I'm trying to gather a wee bit of water here. I'm doing alright. Just coming off the tarp, dripping down into the container, and then I'll put it through my Sawyer. Quite a collection. I've about a litre yet already. But boy, it's about 4:30 and it's getting cold. It's nice. Now, snow's over there. I'm sort of way under the trees here, so there is no snow. The river's there. It's full of brown water, and I kind of don't want to put it through my Sawyer. I do. I want to try it and see if it wrecks the Sawyer, but at the same time, I don't want to wreck my Sawyer. So that's the way it is. I'm going to put an axle on here and warm ourselves up. Not going to light the fire till later because firewood has been a bit of a challenge. As you can see, even the trangia is struggling to light here. It's that cold. Can't get a bloom up at all. I think it'll get there eventually. Yeah, as I was saying, Firewood's a bit of a challenge about here because the wood's all rotten. It's hard to find good stuff. Plus, it has been raining from 4 o'clock this morning and it's totally saturated. I'm glad to get the Frangia on here just to get my hands warmed a wee bit and get the OXO on. Well, here I am, drinking my OXO. Cheers to the light of the Frangia. Oh, just a wee bit of heat's great. And my water dribbling away over there. Not my water. The water off the top of the tap. Ooh, too hot. This is, as I think I've said, this is a new site in Muff. It's really great. We're in the Sperrin Mountains, County Tyrone, Northern Ireland. There's not a lot. I came up here and into the car park, and there wasn't another car in the car park. They're coming in the snow. There's not a single footprint. Not many up here. All to myself. That's what I really like. A lot of things I really like. I like to listen to the sound of the rain on the roof. But after that, I like the place to myself. Much better. I've now roasted the tongue off myself. So tonight, I don't know how I'll cook. I've got my fireback stove and I've got my Frangia burning in it. So I think perhaps I have plenty of spirits, so I want to keep some for my breakfast in the morning. And I'll maybe just use it and then light the fire later on when it starts to get really cold. I haven't got enough wood. So I've got a steak and I've got some mushrooms and I've got some instant mashed potatoes. I used to come out and boil my own potatoes, but that's nearly turned into a thing of the past. I can't be bothered no more. Well, I'll not be bothered in a winter camp. It's too difficult. It took me about an hour and a half to get a wee bit of wood gathered up and set up the tarp and start collecting a wee bit of water. And of course the usual thing when you're camping is that once you set up the tarp and get everything organised, you immediately see 3 yards to the left would be in a better place. I don't think I'm moving now. We're here for the night. I could maybe I'm in the Corinthia Observer, so I could always pull it over and we'll see. If it starts and gets dark and it starts getting cold, I'll just throw it down where I am and it'll be alright. Well, after a lot of trouble, I eventually got the fire going, at least hot enough to try and put the steak on. Everything is absolutely soaking. I think if I can get this going, make a cup of tea after, warm my feet, I'll get into bed. We're down to 1 as it is now. It's getting very cold. Well, there we are. A wee bit of a struggle. Looks great, and it'll taste even better. Oh, good morning. This is the view from my bivvy. It is 8 o'clock. Still very dark. There's the river down there. It's a whole lot higher than... It did not stop raining the whole time. Well, maybe there's a couple of times. I awakened a couple of times and it had stopped. But before I fell asleep, it had started again. But it was nice and warm and cosy. Had my Rab Alpine bag, and I was sleeping on my Fiol Winterlight sleeping pad. I bought a Thermarest, but it's too thin to be really comfortable. I bought it because it was really light and because the R value was really high. The price was really high too. But I would have been better going for something that was less R value, a wee bit more weight, and a bit more comfort. So the Winterlight works really, really well. Really comfortable night on it. It was great. Well, I finally bit the bullet and got up. The river's well swollen this morning. It looks as if it's really close to where I spent the night on it. Well, it is close, but it still would have to raise about another foot, maybe another foot and a half, to actually reach me. And it might even do that before the day is out. Still a wee bit of snow over there. It was very cold last night. I'll see if I can see the thermometer and see what it went to. We are 1.5 this morning, and it went to 0 last night, which is pretty cold considering it absolutely lashed all night. Anyway, it's time to get the coffee on. Before I put the coffee on, let you know what I'm here with. So that's a DD 3x3 tarp, just held up by a couple of tracking poles. There's a ridge line there. I'm in the Corinthia Observer bivvy. That's a Rab Alpine 800 bag. I'm a very untidy camper, but it'll all be cleared up before we go home. It was a great wee camp. Really enjoyed it. It was a wet wee camp, so I guess it was always that. It wasn't a whole lot of fun to be dodging the rain all the time. Actually, I sat up there and I'd been far better over there. The trees were more down over it, but whenever I come back, and I will be back, I think I'll camp over there. There's other spots on the other side of the river, though it's marshier, wetter over there. But sure, that's the whole fun. Really struggling to bloom again this morning. I'll catch it anyway. Actually, that would make a pretty good thumbnail, wouldn't it? We'll just do that. Anyone who watches my videos must think this man must live on mushrooms. Well, what do we have this morning? We have mushrooms, we have bacon, we have a bit of soda bread, we have a wee bit of cheese, and we have a pancake. And we have 2 eggs, which managed to survive. I crack them out of the eggs at home and just bring them in a wee cup. And they've survived. They're not going to be scrambled this morning. This is the only time you don't complain about the smoke blowing in your eyes. The crowd's really piling in now. Standing room only. Pancakes in now. You know, I might have just overdone it just a wee bit this morning. Nah. Last but not least, the eggs. Look at that. A smiling frying pan. There we go. It's not pretty, but it'll taste great. Beautiful morning. Fresh. Time. Like a leaf. on the shoulders of a mighty river. Who said that? And there he goes. Wonder where he'll end up. This water, I think, will probably end up in the lower Bann and then up in the Atlantic. Wow. So, there's my spot, all cleared up. Just a wee bit of wood debris and chips from where I chopped up my weeds. That'll all soon be taken into the forest. Leave no trace. Okay, if you've watched this far, thanks a lot. There's the road home.